Alright people, here we are again, fellow YouTubers. You saw a few minutes ago where I foamed the vehicle down, and now I've rinsed it off with my power washer, which I have a filter on my hose to minimize the contaminants that come through your tap water. And trust me, particularly here in Coweta County, there's plenty of chemicals in the water. So I filter it to help out a little bit. Now I'm getting ready to do what they call a contact wash, which is where I'll take a decent quality microfiber mitt. That's what I use. I like the one with the long fingers on a vehicle like this that has been washed some, but the paint has a lot of contaminants on it and that kind of stuff. And I am, in this particular instance, I'm going to use a product. I'm not sure if it's available on the retail level or not. It's called Meguiar's Wash Plus super concentrated soap that has some mild abrasives in it. I don't use it on every car. The vehicles I do use it on are ones like this that have a lot of contaminants on the paint from it never having been clay barred or decontaminated. There are plenty of them there, and that soap will help remove most of that. They bill it as a polishing soap. I don't think it polishes, but it is very strong, super concentrated, and it does a really good job on vehicles like this. Cars that are well cared for, relatively new, that don't have any contaminants, you're not going to do any paint correction, you don't want to use it on those. I'm going to be doing paint correction on this one because this wash will leave some minor marring on the paint. Can't be avoided. So I wouldn't use it unless I was going to be doing some form of paint correction somewhere in your process, even if it's just a quick one-step polish. That will get rid of anything that, any scratches that soap might stick around. What you see on the pavement there is a grit guard that normally you would put in buckets, wash buckets. I rarely use buckets when I'm washing cars, very rarely. But what I do is after each panel, say for example, after I do the roof, which is where I'll start, go from the top down, everybody knows that, I will lay it down, my wash mitt down on that grit guard, and then I will blast the dirt out of it on both sides, because I'll probably flip it. I'll do half of the hood with one side of the mitt and the other half of the hood with the other side. Then I'll bring it over here. I'll blast all that dirt and debris out of it before I start the next panel, which would most likely be the hood. And then I'll repeat that process. So that's just a short quickie about what's coming up. And then I will go back around the vehicle looking for tar, bugs, that sort of thing that you can't get off with your normal soap. And I will attack them first with this product right here. I don't believe you can buy this on the retail label. It's Schaefer's Citral. It is an orange degreaser. You see right there, it removes adhesives, asphalt, wax, grease, rubber marks, oil, scuff marks, tree sap, tar, and more. And folks, it does. It comes fully concentrated in this gallon, which is pretty pricey, about 60 bucks. And this one's almost empty. I need to order another one, but I've been using this gallon for over a year. You can dilute it to different strengths for different purposes. I've used it for all sorts of things. I also use it in the house a lot. It is really, really handy when you're washing in direct sunlight like I'm doing today, because it doesn't have a tendency to dry real fast. It'll sit there and work and work and work for quite a few minutes before it really starts drying up because of that citrusy oil that's in it. Won't harm your paint, won't harm glass, plastic, vinyl, none of that stuff. It's a really good tool. And I said I'll go around the vehicle after I do the contact washing, clean up bugs, tar, anything like that. Sometimes even some paint splatter that might have got up on it, using different methods. Sometimes I'll start off trying with my wash mitt, see if that'll get them off. If not, I may have to go a little bit stronger. I have a bug scrubber, which I can use. I don't hesitate to use because I will be doing paint correction. And then sometimes you can even graduate up to a magic sponge, which works very well. But a magic sponge is going to scratch your paint a little bit, but that's okay. It's very easily fixed with a quick polish. But since I'm going to be polishing the whole vehicle anyway, I don't really care about all that. But that's what's coming up next, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. Catch you in a little while. I'm going to go eat some lunch, I think.